It's November and this is the Library Roadshow. On the show today, makers galore, a Baton Rouge treasure, and a special birthday to announce. All that and more coming up next. Welcome to the November edition of the Library Roadshow. I'm Mary Stein, and this is a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. We've had such a busy fall already at the library with a terrific maker fair and a wonderful author-illustrator series. Then off to the book festival and the Pride Cheneyville Library's Community History Fest. But the fun isn't over yet. Mark your calendars for Saturday, November 12th from 9 till noon because Attic Treasures and Collectibles is just around the corner. Each year, local experts and consultants share their time and talents with our patrons as they help to identify and evaluate all those mysterious items you've stashed on the top shelf in the closet, high in the attic, or even under the bed. Each year, I'm amazed at all the interesting stuff people bring in. Rare, valuable, or just plain fun to own. We've seen some truly unique heirlooms and heard some great stories. You're limited to 3 items per person, but it's all free. And we'll show you how to do some of your own digging using the library's P4A Antiques database. It's the same online tool they use on the Antiques Roadshow. Don't miss out. Pack the car and head on over to the main library on Goodwood on November 12th.
Free access to books, audio, and library resources are just a few of the benefits available to you when you get a library card. Need free access to a computer? You get that. Want free access to premium digital resources like Mango Languages and lynda.com? You get that. Need to book a meeting space? You get that. Heck, you can even check out a telescope or use a digital printer with your library card. If you live in East Baton Rouge Parish, pick up your free library card from your local branch library today. Premium access to everything the library system has to offer is waiting for you.
Libraries have been in the lending business for several thousand years, and while most people think of books when they think of libraries, we've got lots more up our sleeves. Adam St. Pierre joins us now to explain in the Digital Down Low.
Do you have an aspiring programmer in your house or an unbelievably techie teen? Maybe you just want to learn a bit more about circuits and coding with a hands-on component. Well, you are in luck. Your library is pleased to announce that we have Arduino kits available for you to take home with your library card. What's an Arduino kit, you ask? Arduino is a popular electronics platform that DIY folks use to build robots, make musical instruments, light shows, and even home automation. Arduino kits are available to teens 15 and older from the main library on Goodwood, and they check out for 7 days. Kits come with transistors, LED lights, an Arduino board, and several push buttons. To learn about resources, classes, and the Teen Robotics Club, head over to the Arduino at EBRPL info guide at ebrpl.com.
Thanks, Adam. This is a great way to sample something before you make the decision to purchase. Just in time for the holidays. It can be intimidating at first, but the kids will show you the way. Let's shift gears now and check in with Kayla Perkins reporting in from Beyond the Stacks.
We like to inspire creativity through education here at the library. That was on full display at the 2016 Baton Rouge Mini Maker Fair. Baton Rouge hobbyists converged at the main library at Goodwood in October for the 2016 Baton Rouge Mini Maker Fair. Makers shared their products and passions with a curious public who got the chance to meet these creative tech enthusiasts.
It's a Victorian-era science fiction, inspired by like steam-powered machinery, like in a post-apocalyptic setting.
We have the full range of drones here, all the way from the little DJI Phantom here is about $1,500, all the way to a big drone that'll lift about 50 pounds and cost about $20,000.
My name is Jonathan Simino. I'm with Composite Effects, and we're here showing off some of our handmade props and silicone masks. The best reactions are the kids, honestly. The kids are walking up and you hear the gasps and the wows from a mile away. It's hilarious. And I love that people don't know if they can touch anything yet, and the fact that they can touch and interact with everything, I think people are really enjoying that right now.
The Maker Fair was a truly hands-on experience for everyone, young and old.
They're building with boxes crawling through cardboard tunnels. We even have a cardboard washing machine that they're washing clothes in. That's how children learn. They learn through their senses, they learn through play. That's their work. And so everything we do, you may not think they're learning, but they are. I mean, they are learning geometry in here with these cube-shaped boxes, and they're learning language skills and new vocabulary. So they're learning, but we're sort of sneaking it in on them. So they are learning through play, hands-on, minds-on, very sensory experiences.
Headlining the Maker Faire was an appearance by Jamie Heineman of Mythbusters.
I'm Jamie Heineman, and I'm here as an ex-Mythbuster. We stopped shooting Mythbusters in November of last year, but apparently we've done enough work on television that I'm still quite famous and people want to see me. So I'm down here at Maker Faire because I'm kind of an Uber maker, as it were, with all the stuff that I've built over the years, and I'm going to talk to people about what that's like, since that's what Maker's Faire is all about.
Library patrons got to meet Jamie, who shared some of his tips with fellow makers, lessons he learned while on the hit TV show Mythbusters.
We reasoned that if we wanted to do something illegal, we needed to get law enforcement. And so as long as they were present, then we could do whatever we wanted to. I think if I were a kid coming to an event like this, I would be looking at all the gadgets and things that move. I mean, if you're building things that are like robotic and you're hacking stuff and you're making it do crazy things, it's just flat out fun.
And that was the point of the 2016 Baton Rouge Mini Maker Faire, to show folks how tech works and how much fun it really is. Library programming rocks. We host events like this every month. To find out what's coming up, pick up a copy of the Source newsletter at a library branch near you.
Thanks, Kayla. We're so pleased with the success of the Mini Maker Faire. It really put it all out there in front of you. Nothing can replace that feeling of accomplishment when you master a skill. Maybe you soldered for the first time or experienced that aha moment when binary codes finally made sense. Or maybe you made your own book or sewed a straight line. It all happened at the Maker Faire, and we're so appreciative of our special partners who help make it all possible. Electronic Arts Baton Rouge, BREC, Acadian Robotics, the Knock Knock Children's Museum, and all of our talented presenters. Keep that maker spirit alive by attending programs at all of our library locations or by taking some of our online classes in Gale Courses or lynda.com. Stay right there. After the break, Paul Arrigo of Visit Baton Rouge joins me for a chat right here on the Library Roadshow.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Connor is struggling in school.
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. This is what it feels like for kids with learning and attention issues. Redirecting to understood.org.
You're watching the November edition of the Library Roadshow. Everything you need to know about your local library system. Now, Visit Baton Rouge works tirelessly to highlight the culture and attractions of the capital area and promote the region as a tourist destination. Joining me now is the president and CEO of Visit Baton Rouge, Mr. Baton Rouge himself, Paul Arrigo.
So good to be with you again.
Oh, Paul, people really do call you Mr. Baton Rouge.
I don't understand that. I really don't, because there are so many other people who have so much more influence and so much more energy like yourself. So you could be Ms. Baton Rouge.
No, but
absolutely.
you put it all together, and we have something very special that's been put together.
We do, and I can't thank you enough, and we're so excited about your enthusiasm and your involvement with Baton Rouge 200. As you know, Baton Rouge was chartered as a city 200 years ago in 2017. And this is a once in a century.
We won't live to see another one, right?
No, and I think it's so exciting that a city like Baton Rouge, that we're sitting in a very historic area, and we've got so much history around us. And that little city down the river from us is going to celebrate 300th anniversary, and we just went through with Natchitoches their 300th. So it's so exciting to have this area celebrate 200 years as a city, and so much that has happened, not only in the last several weeks, but in our lifetime.
That's right.
And in the last 200 years, that the trials, tribulations, and the victories that the city has seen.
And there have been a lot of victories.
No question about it. No question about it. We've got to celebrate that. We've got to celebrate the victories.
I remember after Hurricane Katrina when people stopped and took stock and they said, hey, wait a minute, Louisiana is kind of like the Tigris and the Euphrates. We're the cradle of all kinds of resources and industry and wonderful cultural things. Well, Baton Rouge is right in the thick of things.
No question about it. And I think sometimes we overlook that culture because we have so many things that we revolve around. We revolve around Southern football, LSU football, athletics, the petrochemical industry, the great libraries we've got. Music, food. But let's just realize that we are a tremendous city, a tremendous community with fantastic citizens, and it's time to celebrate the fact that we're 200 years old and we don't look it. That's
right. We deserve this birthday party.
Absolutely.
So we are going to say happy birthday, Baton Rouge, and are we going to do it just one time?
Oh, no. It's going to be actually beyond a year-long celebration. As you know, we're going to kick off with the Foundation for Historic Louisiana's foundation, their gala in the first here toward the next couple of weeks. And then the real kickoff will be New Year's Eve 2016, where Visit Baton Rouge will present the city with a plaque celebrating the 200th anniversary of our being a city. New Year's Eve day with the children's event downtown on the town square. New Year's Eve night with the stick drop. Going into January with such events as the Louisiana Marathon that will brand itself with Baton Rouge 200. Going into Mardi Gras season. Going into the spring with all of the festivals associated with it. The new festival that the Arts Council is putting on, and everything associated with the festivals in the spring. Live After 5 Spring, we'll try to brand that as Visit Baton Rouge, Baton Rouge 200. And then into the conventions and the football season and into
the bowling.
The Bowling Congress, the huge Women's Bowling Congress will have Visit Baton Rouge branded as part of it, and we're going to do some contests with people who bowl exactly 200. So I think it's up to us as leaders in the community to promote Baton Rouge 200, but the citizens, the individuals who live in Baton Rouge, to take this logo, take this brand, and including on everything they do in 2017.
That's right. Well, we've already started making our buttons. We have our wonderful red sticks. We've got our bicentennial button that we're going to be using in the library and all around. Some local businesses have kind of jumped on the bandwagon and are possibly going to brand such things as plastic bags, or the telephone book is going to have the bicentennial logo on the cover of it. So many opportunities for businesses too.
And I'm going to encourage the viewers to go online to BatonRouge200.com and pull up this logo, print it, put it in their windows, put it on their birthday cakes, put it on their anniversary cakes, their confirmation, bar mitzvah, baptism, anything that you celebrate in your own home. We want to celebrate Baton Rouge 200. This is public. We're not going to put any restrictions on it. We want you as individuals to celebrate Baton Rouge 200.
Because this is just an inclusive festival, an inclusive holiday, and a wonderful birthday that we can all take part in.
No question about it.
All right. Well, Paul, we'll be hearing lots more about this over the coming months and actually through all of 2017. So people will have lots of opportunities to join in to the Baton Rouge Bicentennial. Stay with us. We have a lot more of the Library Roadshow coming up after this.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Do you wonder how your family landed here? Do you really know your family roots? Discover more about your family history at the East Baton Rouge Parish Library Genealogy Department. East Baton Rouge Parish Library, Become a member and discover more.
Welcome back to the November edition of the Library Roadshow. When authors like Anne Rice say things like, "I really love this book, I can't praise it enough," you read that book. When she says that about a Baton Rouge-born author, we like to try to bring that author onto the show. Award-winning author and Baton Rouge native M.O. Walsh, author of My Sunshine Away, joins me now on the phone. How did you get your start as an author?
I started writing a long time ago, I guess. High school, I can remember taking a lot of creative writing classes then and it seemed a little bit more interested in it than my friends were. And then once I got into college, I was an English major and started taking as many creative writing classes as I possibly could. And then this just kind of continued on as long as academia would let me. Went and got a master's degree and an MFA degree and just wrote constantly that whole time. After, whatever that was, 10, 15 years or something, I had enough stories to make a book. And so I had a collection of short stories that I was lucky enough to get published. And once that happened, I began working on a novel.
What is My Sunshine Away really about?
My Sunshine Away is a novel that takes place in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, primarily in the late 80s and early 90s, in a sort of little suburban area of Baton Rouge, a nice little neighborhood. And the story kicks off with one night there's a young girl coming home from track practice who is attacked and raped right there in the neighborhood, just 2 doors down from her house. What happens is we find out that our narrator of the book was at the time a 14-year-old boy who lived across the street from this girl who was 15. He had, just an outrageous crush on her. We find out at the end of the first chapter that the person telling us the story is this narrator who was 14, like I said. And then you find out at the very end of the first chapter that he was one of the suspects in this crime. No one was ever arrested for this, and so it's kind of remained this sort of mystery. And so the narrator is going back and forth kind of through time and basically going through all the people, including himself, who were suspected of this.
What inspired this book?
One day when I was young, I had this memory of walking through like a kitchen or something and overhearing my mother. I don't know if she was on the phone or she was talking to someone. I can't even remember. But overhearing her saying that someone in our neighborhood, a girl in our neighborhood, had been raped right there in the neighborhood. And I was so young I didn't know what that word meant. But I knew immediately how terrible and dark it was just by the tone of it, right? Anyway, so I didn't think anything about it when I was little. I just went outside and started playing again and all that kind of stuff. But as the years went by and I kept talking about my neighborhood, I couldn't get that story out of my head. Could that have been true? I wondered. The place that I thought was so wonderful, could it have been so just terrible for someone perhaps just right across the street? Could that have happened there? And how did no one find out who had done it and all that stuff?
How can folks learn more about you and maybe locate your next book signing?
I have a Facebook page, because I was good. I have a website that's www.mowalsh.com. This is my name, M.O. Walsh. I've got a Twitter handle, M_O_Walsh. Those are all good ways to kind of keep up with what's happening.
Of course, you can also pick up a copy of My Sunshine Away at your local branch library with your library card. Now let's change gears and check in with some local kids to find out what they're reading.
My name is Joanne. I'm 10 years old, and my book is Harry Potter, the Prisoner of Azkaban. The characters are Harry Potter, Hermione, and Ron. It's basically about this prisoner who got out of this really scary and safe jail that nobody else could, and he's trying to kill Harry Potter. Sir Cadogan, however, was the least of Harry's worries. He was now being closely watched. I like coming to the library because I get to read all my books in a peaceful area, and because at my house it's always crazy.
Reading books with the kids keeps you young, or at least helps you keep a fresh outlook. So don't forget to lay in a supply of engaging titles for the kiddos to read over the Thanksgiving break. Stay right there. You're watching the Library Roadshow.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
My name is Melissa Easton, and I'm head of the Special Collections Department at the East Baton Rouge Parish Library, located on the 2nd floor of the main library at Goodwood, where Baton Rouge history comes alive. Today we have a work from one of Baton Rouge's most beloved artists, Emerson Bell. Bell was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana in 1932. He attended McKinley High School as well as the Capital Area Vocational School, where he learned drafting and design techniques. Bell was well known for his African-influenced wood and bronze sculptures and spiritual paintings. He made it his life's mission to teach young people the arts, working as an artist in residence for the Expressway Park Summer Enrichment Program, and also as an artist in residence at the East Baton Rouge Parish Schools, with financial backing from the National Endowment of the Arts. Bell was primarily a self-taught artist and created works that ranged from the small painting you see here to the large sculpture in Expressway Park in Old South Baton Rouge. In fact, Emerson considered himself more of a sculptor rather than a painter, and many of his smaller whimsical works are still found in homes and private collections around Baton Rouge today. Bell was also an accomplished jazz musician and collaborated with the well-known and beloved Southern University music professor Alvin Batiste, and together they even created African-influenced musical instruments that were displayed at various venues around the country. Bell could often be found in area coffee shops and took great pleasure from visiting with and getting to know members of the community. Emerson Bell passed away on April 13, 2006 at the age of 74 in his hometown of Baton Rouge. To learn more about Emerson Bell and other Baton Rouge artists, visit the Artists of Baton Rouge info guide available at www.ebrpl.com. To see more works by Bell and many other artists of Baton Rouge, visit the Baton Rouge Room Archive located inside the Special Collections Department in the main library at Goodwood, where Baton Rouge history comes alive.
You're watching the November edition of the Library Roadshow, a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. We love featuring Baton Rouge's treasures on the Roadshow, and Emerson Bell is truly one of a kind, a real Renaissance man. We'll be sure to include him and other talented native sons on our new Baton Rouge Bicentennial Info Guide. It's all available at the main library on Goodwood, and it's all free with your library card.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. With Thanksgiving right around the corner, I can't wait to fall into reading. To get your pages turning this month, I have a cornucopia of literature for y'all out there in TV land. Tim Crothers wrote The Queen of Catway, a story of life, chess, and one extraordinary girl's dream of becoming a grandmaster, which chronicles the life of Fiona Mutesi. Published as a series of articles in ESPN magazine and then developed into a full-length biography, the book was optioned for film the same year it was published. Living in the slums of Katwe in Kampala, Uganda, there's a constant struggle for 10-year-old Fiona and her family. Her world changes one day when she meets Robert Katende at a missionary program. Katende coaches soccer and teaches the children how to play chess. Curious, Fiona approaches and learns both games. She becomes fascinated with chess and becomes a top player under Katende's guidance. Over several years, her success in competitions and tournaments leads to even greater success. But of course, with great power comes great responsibility, as well as stress and identity-related issues. As her skill and craft grows, Fiona is forced to face life outside of Catway. As we read, we witness Fiona changing as she continues to dream of escaping a life of poverty for herself, her mother, and her siblings. The film stars David Olowo and Lupita Nyong'o, cast as Robert Katende and Harriet Mutesi respectively. Newcomer to American films, Medina Nalawanga plays the heartwarming Fiona. Catch it at a theater near you. I even have 2 great reads for holiday fun for kids and family. 2 of our favorite books to read are Turkey Trouble by Wendy Silvano and Run, Turkey, Run by Diane Mayer. Turkey is in trouble, big, bad, life-changing trouble with a capital T. The kind of trouble where it's almost Thanksgiving and he is the main course. But Turkey has an idea. What if he doesn't look like a turkey? What if he looks like another animal instead? After many hilarious attempts, Turkey comes up with the perfect disguise to make this Thanksgiving the best ever. And of course, in Run, Turkey, Run! What happens when you mix a bird on the lamb and a hungry family? Hilarity! Worried about becoming the chosen bird for the big Thanksgiving festivities, only one day away, Turkey decides to hide from the farmer in a variety of clever ways. But when acting like a pig in the slop or swimming in the pond like a duck doesn't work, Turkey decides there's only one course of action left. Run, Turkey, run! So grab your forks to dive into some good reads. And that's how the page turns.
Thanks, Tamika. I've pulled out some lighthearted Thanksgiving mysteries like The Fatal Feast and The Diva Runs Out of Time to read. And I'm cruising through all the holiday magazines on Flipster and Zenio. And I've also laid in a supply of Jean Shepherd stories to get ready for our holiday screening of my favorite movie, The Christmas Story. We'll be showing it on the big screen at the main library on December 16th, and I can hardly wait to see Ralphie drool over the coveted Red Ryder BB gun. And now for today's contest. Visit the library's Facebook page at facebook.com/EBRPL. Share the most interesting words or phrases that evoke Baton Rouge so that we can add them to our bicentennial word bank. That's facebook.com/EBRPL. And while you're there, enjoy. We are not your grandfather's library anymore. What's coming up on the Library Roadshow next month? Special holiday films and the Discovery Dome return to help make your season merry and bright.
Coming next month, I'll share another digital resource with you.
Tune in next month and we'll take you to a fun Christmas program near you.
Thanks so much for joining us on the Library Roadshow. And remember, your East Baton Rouge Parish Library is open 7 days a week at each and every one of our branches, plus 24/7 on the web. Check us out at ebrpl.com.
And that's how I roll.